happens. If you have not followed his Triple H Horse Racing podcast, you're missing out. It's one of the best podcasts in the country.
Good morning and welcome to the HHH Racing Podcast, Saratoga today for Sunday, August 3rd. I am your proud host, Howard Kravitz, along with co-host and good friend Chris Welsh over there on my right, as we are here to cover a very, very good, underratedly good late pick 5 today, Sunday at Saratoga. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button, bottom right-hand side of the screen, notification bell on the top right, smash that like button below the video player. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor. You can follow us on X at HHH Racing Pod. Almost 3,300 followers now on X, and also subscribe to our Power Pick tip sheet. And Chris, look what you got there above your left shoulder there at the top right-hand side of the screen. We have our QR code for our Power Picks tip sheet. Yours truly gave out, okay, maybe not the most creative pick, but not everyone likes this horse. I gave out Sierra Leone yesterday as my top play of the day at Saratoga. What a race in the Whitney, 109 buyer, I believe. Woo! For Sierra Leone and an unbelievable day of racing. Also gave out some longer prices. Echo again, a heartbreaking second, but had that exact and trifecta on the tip sheet as well. So please go ahead and check that out. We got a great website as well, hhhracingpodcast.com. Sort of the calm after the storm today, Chris, but I've got a little Sierra Leone bankroll money to spend today. How are you?
I am good, Howard. It was a good day yesterday. World Beater was good to me. That was a nice
Yes,
one.
Congratulations on World Beater. What a great call in the Saratoga Invitational Derby.
And follow that up. That was a nice little double there as well. So ready
Absolutely.
to get into it today. You're right. It is a great late pick 5. I'm just not a big fan of that 12-5 claimer at the end.
Yeah. Look,
I think
we can't have, can't be all great races to end the card. A few quick tidbits and notes I want to mention. First of all, we have almost 1,000 views from yesterday's Weekend Warriors show. I know, Chris, people are busy on weekends. A lot of there's family stuff. There's a lot of options people have to watch the races, whether it be on the network broadcast of Fox or maybe, other podcasts that people might be interested or whatever. I really think we put a great product together on Weekend Warriors, and you're a big part of it now, and we greatly appreciate that. Not only do we have a lot of fun, we give out a lot of good betting information. It's not just about picking winners. It's about how you bet. And, Matt Miller was on yesterday, and we had some nice winners and talked about ticket construction and, when you bet and when you take a pass. And I really hope you'll check out our Weekend Warrior shows, especially next week, my friend, because next Saturday, many people on the podcast will be our annual trip to Saratoga. We will be at Saratoga, the whole group. I was there earlier this summer, but that was just myself and Pat and his friend Rian. But Matt Miller's going to be there. Kyle Roscoe's going to be there. Patrick's going to be there. And we're going to be live next Saturday from the 1863 gazebo. And Chris, little information you don't know about. I'll be hosting, but you're going to be doing all the production in the background because I'm only going to have my computer with me. So that's going to be a really exciting show, Chris, next Saturday from the gazebo at Saratoga, time to be determined.
Yes, everybody should definitely join that. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to cash a lot of tickets.
Maybe we'll get one of the outriders on the show, like the horse. They come right up to the rail there. Maybe we'll have a little close up of one of the outriders and the ponies. How about that? That'd be sort of cool. Interview one of the ponies. They've got things to say. I mean, they want some attention, Chris, because you see the thoroughbreds running, and they're like, hey, what about me? I'm like helping these thoroughbreds get ready for the races.
What about me? That's right. Without them, we don't have a show.
True. Anyway, QR code, top right-hand side of the screen for our Power Pick, regular Power Pick tip sheets on Saturdays. Please check those out, ladies and gentlemen. Again, top right-hand part of the screen. I'll leave it up for a while. Just point your camera there. It takes you to our Patreon website, Chris, where people can sign up. All right, quick comments in the chat. Let's see how people are doing this morning. Terry Frank will be there, by the way, in person. He's joining us at the gazebo again. Dr. K from Florida, Sierra Leone's day yesterday. Yes, sir. Very good. A lot of Sierra Leone love. Paul Conlon. Thank you, Paul. Nope, I don't back down. I can be stubborn, Paul, but look, the horse, by the way, has almost won $7 million, Chris.
Yeah.
He's 12 for 12 in the money. He's just pretty damn good. Let's see here. Is it too early for the heavy metal music and the siren? It's not too early, Chris, but we have to have a winner first. So, or Sarah, sorry, we have to have a winner first. So we're not going to do that. Gary Slayton is here. Look the info. Terrific. Looking for the info. Oh, look who's here. Derek Poirier. What's up, Derek? Can't wait to be in Saratoga. Derek's going to be there next week. Now, I do want to say this also. We haven't made this public, but I'll make it now. We will probably have a meet and greet also. We do this every year, Chris.
Yep.
Again, information will be coming through emails. So, Derek, look for your email. We'll probably do it at the Jim Dandy Bar or somewhere before race 1 on Saturday. That's usually what we do, Chris. So, if you're going to be in Saratoga next weekend and you're on our email list, look for information. If you're not on our email list, email me, hkravitzhorse@gmail.com. You can see it scrolling right now on the bottom of the screen. And you can meet a part of the crew. We'd love to see you and meet you, especially if we haven't before. But yes, next weekend, Wednesday through Sunday, we'll be at Saratoga. Tanner Hawkins from Indiana is here. Lucas Knapp, roommate of Noah Maher. What's up, Lucas? Good luck. Good luck to you, Lucas, as well. Thanks for joining the show, my friend. Lucas, I'll see you at Keeneland in twice. I'll be down to Lexington, actually 2 weekends in a row. And then Caitlin Curran. Good morning. What's up, Caitlin? Morning. Thank you for your insights. Well, you're very welcome, Caitlin. Appreciate you joining the show. You know what? Terry said, have the Saratoga picks been sent out? You know what? You're going to have to give me a second, Chris, because, you know, I did send them out, and I don't know why. Terry, you're the second person that's asked about that, and they were sent out. So give me just 1 second, Chris. Chris, why don't you talk about anything yesterday real quick while I send a quick email out to a few people, if you don't mind.
Yeah, just a great day of racing at Saratoga. 49 million and just under 50 million in handle. I think they were up 9 million. Attendance was real close to breaking the record. Just, you know, great day. And, you know, the Whitney was a great race. All of the graded stakes in the latter half of the card, I thought were pretty darn good. Sierra Leone getting it done for sure. I was a little suspect at that, but, you know, it just kept coming. You're right. The horse is a hard knocker, 12-12 in the money. And then, you know, closed out with a cut with a nice turf sprint and then on the inner there where I just almost had the winner. So, but other than that, good day of racing.
Absolutely. You know what I did is I sent out the email, but I only sent it to myself. I didn't actually. I don't know if you've ever done that. Like I forgot to send it on the address. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing it right now because I don't want people to be upset. Make sure they get it. People that are part of Team HHH, and also I need to send out. So again, I'm sorry for doing this, everyone, in the middle of the show. That was not my plan originally.
They just got it. So if you sent it, Terry Frank is saying he got it.
Yeah, but I sent it to him separately. I actually didn't send it to the group. Some other people here. Give me 2 seconds here. I'm almost ready to go, everyone. All right, there we go. We're all set and ready to go. Apologize for doing it in the middle of the show. Anyone that's part of the Saratoga Power Pick tip sheets, I accidentally sent it to only me. That's a problem. But now we're all good. All right, here we go. Let's get into late pick 5. There's also racing West Virginia, we should say, as well. Today, West Virginia Derby, East Avenue is running. Used to be a really big card with a lot of graded, not graded, but a lot of stakes. I looked at it today. They've really pulled back on it, Chris. I don't know if you looked at it, but they only have 2 stake races. It's really not even worth talking about as a full card. So disappointing. I'm not sure why they did that. But anyway, all right, here we go. I'm bringing up right now the pick 5 for today. Late pick 5. Here we go. Race 6. All right. Late pick 5, Saratoga allowance race starts at about 4:02 at the start of the pick 5 in race 6. $110,000 the purse, mile 16th. Inner turf, rails are out 9 feet. Another beautiful day at Saratoga. Field of 7. The 2 is out. The 9, 10, and 11 are out. Morning line favors the number 6, Vino Rouge, for Anthony Dutro and Jose Ortiz. Let's see where we are going, my friend. Give me 1 second. Here we go. I have a strong opinion here. I'm going 3-7-8. Chris is going 6-7-3. Let's go ahead and talk about your horse first. Number 6, Moorline favorite Vino Rouge. Go ahead.
Third off here for Dutro Ortiz riding, that would be Jose. They are 2 for 6. They don't pair up together a lot, but when they do, they usually have some level of success. Horse hasn't won in a while, some concern there, but Dutro is third off, and his numbers are okay there, but ran pretty good last out. I think needs to this stalking trip one more time, and with a decent clean trip, I think he can get it done. And then the 7 was my second pick, War Siren, previously trained by Brad Cox, now over with Mike Maker. Maker isn't too bad. First race with a horse and first race back. And you're getting Manny Franco up, who is certainly capable. I liked the fact that the horse had a decent workout over the Saratoga surface, even though it wasn't a turf course, but had been training elsewhere ahead of that. But I think Mike Maker can get this one done. And then the last one, Louise Proctor, Chad, play Rian. Chad is like only 24% second race back, and second time with a horse about the same number. And he and Pratt do fairly well together at 25%, but Pratt hasn't been riding stellar, so I would be careful there.
Well, I thought he rode pretty stellar on Sierra Leone yesterday, selfishly. But here's my thought. I think it's a pretty open race. I think a bunch of horses can win. I'm using your 6 for sure. I just don't like 1 for 13. Now, that being said, the horse does seem to be improving a bit, although got a perfect trip last time and still couldn't win. I'm a little negative to the 6 because of the 1 for 13, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Let me talk about the 3, Louise Proctor. Those of you that received the Power Pick tip sheet, and you just got it, ladies and gentlemen, and again, I apologize. I actually mailed it out, like I said, to myself at the normal time and just mailed it out to everyone literally a few seconds ago. This is my play of the day, by the way, Chris, at Saratoga in the late pick 5. We talk about the chart a lot, and I'm gonna go ahead and slide this. Let me make this bigger. If you look at the chart the short comments on the right side, it just says 9 wide up or belatedly, excuse me. That is accurate. That is accurate. But you know what, Chris? They completely, in the short comments, missed what happened on the first turn. This is a horse that was coming from Europe. Peter Brandt, Chad, obviously well meant. Didn't break great, but that's not even the whole story. Watch this first turn, because they completely missed this on the chart. The Louise Proctor is the 7. Let me go ahead and make this bigger. And this might. And by the way, it was very wet or it wasn't that wet, but it wasn't fast. Watch the 7 here, Louise Proctor. Okay, broke okay. I mean, he's a Euro, right? Or she's a Euro, so she's probably a little slow. Watch what happens on the first turn. I'm gonna let it run through. She was in tight, and let me forward here. Okay, here we go. It's in the back. Did you see that? Hold on. I mean, you have to look at the back left. I'm going to freeze it. Watch the very back left part of the screen. It looked like she was trying to come up the inside, Chris, and got like really bumped and like steadied and off balance. Watch the 7, everyone. Right there. Like, wow. I mean, that was pretty significant.
Mm-hmm.
You see that right there, like completely lost her momentum. And now, she's like way the hell back. Now, she was a little bit back before, but they missed that completely. She makes a nice run, and she was very wide. Sorry, everyone. Okay, she's right here on the inside. She is saving ground, I will say that. And she tips out very wide here. Again, this is her first run in the United States. She's right here in the Peter Brandt silks, and she gets a clean run from here. She's on the wrong lead a little bit. Then she switches leads, and she didn't explode. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you something that you can't see. But again, I don't think that first turn did her any favor. She's definitely making up ground here, Chris. I mean, there's no doubt about that. It was her first time in the States. I think that's a pretty damn good finish, considering where she was there on the first turn. I think she's very well meant here. I hope she's a little bit closer. And the other thing I like a lot about her, Chris, is she's been working with a horse I'm assuming you've heard of called Tax Implications, which is a Chad Brown mare that is a stakes horse,
Yep.
and she's been working well. So I expect major improvement from Louise Proctor. Look, she's 3-1. I'm not exactly giving out a price here, but this is my play of the day. If she's closer, I think she blows by.
Yeah, she's going to appreciate a firmer turf course.
If she was
in
the first turn, assuming you've seen that for the first time.
Yeah, I had watched that replay, but and I agree with everything you said, and I think she's going to appreciate some firmer turf here as well.
I think so. I like War Siren in second. I think this horse is also going to improve. Celtic Charm, by the way, I bet last time. This is a horse with a monster stride. Coming back in 2 weeks, but I actually expect that horse to improve a lot. My overall thought here, Chris, is I like your 6. I got no problem with your. I think there's more interesting, creative horses that haven't had 13 chances to win. So that's my overall thought. Let's go ahead on to race 7 coming up right here. Allowance race on the dirt, 6 furlongs. The number 5 Doroteo is out, as I bring up on the screen right here. This is a fun race. Mornline, a horse, is the number 3 Vetriano for Linda and Jose Ortiz, coming back off a layoff. There is some serious speed in this race on the inside. This is going to be a fun race. Yeah. I'm going 8-1. Chris is going 2-1-6. Interesting. Chris, you're going to go with Key Waden. This is a horse that our good friend Charlie Freeman had as a Derby future at one point and has turned into a nice sprinter. Has had issues getting the distance. Takes the blinkers off, though, today, which I like a lot. Gets IRAD, cuts back to 6 furlongs. Will not be the favorite. You see 5-1. This is a very interesting horse. He's going to have to work out a trip from the inside, though.
Yes, he is going to have to work out a trip on the inside. And he's likely going to have to deal with the Baffert horse that Pratt will be riding that will be on the rail. That horse last ran in June at Santa Anita, but has been working on been working pretty well on at Del Mar, and chips out here to Saratoga to take a shot. And then the other one that I like too is the 6 here. This is just if Rosario can just track here and do what he did the last 2 times, did what Torres did the last 2 times, and Torres was unable to make it back due to weather-related issues to get to ride this horse today. But I give the 6 a chance as well. I ended up going 4 deep here in the pick 5 with the 1, 2, 3, and 6. I did not use your 8.
Interesting. 6 is 10 Strike Racing, and our good friends of the show, Marshall Graham, by the way, is the ownership of the 6.
Yep.
What do you make of the 1, Chris, in terms of being here? I don't have inside intel. I don't know if the owner, Edward Child, is an East Coast guy, but there's pretty damn good racing around Del Mar right now, and they ship all the way across the country. I mean, the purses are also better at Saratoga, but I wouldn't say they're like, not so much that you want to make a 6-hour ship across the country. I find that odd. I don't know what to make of that.
There's got to be maybe something here with the ownership that they want to run at Saratoga. That could be the case. By the time you're paying shipping and you're paying for the jock, well, you're not paying for Pratt. He's there, so you're not paying for that. But by the time you get all those expenses in, you're probably pretty close to what you would have to win a race at Del Mar. But Saratoga, a little bit more prestige. Maybe they have some plans for him elsewhere on the East Coast circuit. But it is one of those oddball ones where Bob's not bringing a bunch of horses there. This is just one you put on the plane.
By the way, you said he's off since June. That's June of last year. He's off for 16 months.
Yes, that is correct. To 24, 6/24. So over a year.
Yeah, but he is working very well. He's going to show speed. You'd think Wayne's going to show speed. Vitriano is going to show speed. The 3, neither one of I have this horse in the mix, just not on the top 3. He's been working well. He's very fast. The 4 is not slow. The 6 is not slow. I mean, to me, Chris, it really sets up for Aguilos the Great. Now the 8. Now, this is a New York bred. I don't think he's as talented as some of these others. Last time he faced a Delphi horse named 1900, who was a very fast horse, who just got to lead unpressured. But Aguilos the Great made a very nice close, getting a good trip. If Franco can just take back and be patient and let all the speed go, I think the same thing can happen today. And I don't think Aguilos the Great is going to be a short price here at all. He's going to have to run a big race, but there's a ton of speed, and he's really the only closer in this race. So I just like the setup for Aguilos the Great. I agree with your key weight in. The Baffert horse, if ready, obviously is a major threat. This is a really fun race. It's a smaller field, Chris, but I do think you have to spread a little bit anyway.
Yeah, I ended up taking half of them. I think the 8 might be a little too wide, and possibly they don't go as fast as we think. Sometimes when we see all this speed, it doesn't materialize, and 1 or 2 horses go out there and will ding dong all the way around.
I'm not worried about him being too wide. I think he's going to let the speed go and just get a great trip. I'm more worried about what you just said, the ladder, that maybe they just don't go crazy, or just maybe he's not good enough. But I'm not worried about him being wide. Let's go to the Troy. The Troy is the next race. It's a grade 2. It's on the turf, 5.5 furlongs, usually a very serious race with some monsters. I wouldn't say that's the case this year. Usually you see like a Ravelli, like a No Balls, or some really serious horses. Although the number 3, Bring the Band Home, ran a sub 1 minute 5.5 furlong race last time, and is 3-5 in the morning line. Actually, currently 1-2 as the odds, the mutuals have been opened up for today. Let's see if we're both going to go with the chalk here. I am, and so is Chris. I'm going 3-5-4. Chris is going 3-4-5. Chris, we're not messing around. Bring the man home. If he can even come close to what he did last time, he's going to be very tough here.
Yeah, I was torn here between singling this horse in the pick 5 or singling in the next race. I opted to single in the next race. I'm gonna take the 3 and use the 4 as well as the 1 to potentially run him down. But I do think Bring the Band Home is going to be very difficult. The long shot I thought was the 6. Clement's been hot. But he won last out on the lead, and if he tries that again, he may get cooked with the 3. So that was sort of my thought there. But clear big giant pace advantage, I think, for the 3 here. This race is not too terribly difficult. The 5 for Joe Sharp, you could make a case where he might be able to sit back right off them and go, and Jose rides there. So
yeah, the pace projector's got the 3 out front and favoring front runners. That is a problem for the rest of this field, if that comes to fruition. You never know. I mean, I don't really know where that race came from, to be honest. I mean, I like to find reasons. I guess it was just getting away from Gulfstream, maybe, or I don't know. But he's a 5-year-old. He's not like a young horse anymore. And maybe he just he's feeling his oats, like literally. I don't know. He can. Obviously, he's a major player. We've got him on in the mix. Allegan is a nice horse, Chris. The 4, you've got second. I've got third. I mean, he was in the Jaipur. The problem is, he might need to be used up closer to stay there. But if he fires his best, I don't say he's completely impossible to IRAD. And then Let My People Go is a horse I've always sort of liked a little bit for Sharp and Jose Ortiz. But again, he's only been in high class allowance races, so I don't know if he's as classy as Allegan, who's been staked. It just feels like, Chris, that unless the 3 doesn't run his race, or someone really fires out, like maybe Determined Kingdom from the rail, like Santana, just like hell bent on going. It looks too obvious, and the 3 looks like he can stalk a little bit too. So I don't know, Chris. This looks like a possible single for a lot of people.
Yeah, and he did win back in August 24th of 2024 on this very turf course at 5.5 furlongs. So has a win over the strip, which is always nice.
Okay. Appreciate that information. Yes, very good. Race 9 is a starter optional 50,000 mile 16th on the inner turf. Field of, oh boy, they're going to make me work here. It was 11. It was, let's see. It was 10. It was 11, including the coupling. So it's outfield of 9. The coupling is still in. The 9 and 11 are scratched. Morning line favorite is this coupling. Hamilton's Way and Iron Max. Different trainers, different jockeys, same ownership. Don't get me started on coupling. Let's see what we're doing here. I'm gonna chalk out. Look at this, Chris. We
Wow.
both have a little bit of a sneaky creative horse though in second. Look at this.
Yeah.
I'm going 1-3-6, and so is Chris.
Yep.
Chris, I'll let you talk about the coupled horses, which one you like better or whatever. They're both going. And then allow me to talk about the three, because this is a very interesting horse that we both like a little bit. So talk about the coupling first.
All right. So I like the 1A over the 1, although Wayne Potts can sneak in here and do well. But, I'm getting Pratt again with Cox. Going to be sitting off the pace, looking for them to go at a decent cadence out there and then just run them down at the end. Hamilton's Way hasn't won in quite a while, cutting back from 9 furlongs to 8.5, I think, is a little bit better, and is going to try the same move as his coupled entry. He will be off the pace, so I'm going to need a pace to run into. But singling here in the pick 5, but I'll be using the 3 and the 6 as backups and other tickets.
Hamilton's Way is coming off a very quick turnaround. Actually, I just noticed that Ray lost him. That's too bad. Well, I'm sure Ray's okay with that. So Wayne Potts is now training.
Yep.
I agree with you. I like the 1A much more than the 1 here. I don't think the 1s have to win. I am not singling here in this race. I know they're both very capable of winning, but I don't think they lay over the field at all. Let me talk about the 3, and I want to show the pace projector here, courtesy of Timeform. Timeform has the pace projector as moderate. It's not slow. It's not fast. They've got the 7 out front, and look, they have the coupling sort of in the back of the pack there, by the way, Chris. Yeah. It may be into a slower pace. We'll see. Or as you said, great word, by the way, slower cadence. Very nice. Good word. As a musician, good word. Anyway, the 1s are further back. The 3 is right there, Chris. Now, the 3 is fascinating to me. And the 3 is a bit of a play, maybe underneath, but wouldn't shock me. We know how good Michael Maker is, right? I mean, he's ridiculous. Claims this horse. This is a Kitten's Joy out of a Mr. Greeley mare. Only 3 years old, so going up against older. But he showed a decent amount of speed at Churchill. And then last time it was a pretty fast pace. Again, a little bit of a cheaper race, but a fast pace, and he ran well. Now, Maker claims off of Proctor, stretching out, has inside speed, and Rosario. I am very fascinated to see what Gene and Jude can do. I don't know if we're going to get the 12-1. The only other main speed is the 7, Willing to Risk It All. I've seen this horse run because he run against my boy Gemmin 10 a few times. This horse is okay, but he's not great. And he's off a claim too for a dub. So the 7 can win. I guess what I'm trying to tell you is I'm hoping that Gene and Jude does not get caught up in a speed duel. I actually would like to see him sit, Chris. I don't know how you feel, but when I say sit, I mean sit just off like in the pocket. I don't mean sit 5 or 6 back.
No.
I want Rosario to go, let the 7 go, sit that trip like in second, see what he can do in the stretch. I think he's going to get first run on some of the closers. I think he's really interesting here. I don't want to steal all your thunder, but what are your thoughts on Gene and Jude at 12-1?
I just hope that Rosario doesn't choke him all the way to the back, like you just said, because he's done that before, and then it just makes things a lot more difficult. You're taking away a lot of the horse's natural speed. I would suspect that he's going to be right up there, either like you said, in that pocket trip or on the pace, on the lead, setting some fractions as they go around there. But, we'll see what happens there as we get this one done. The other one that I liked is Back in the Saddle for Irad and Sappy Joseph Jr. This is one that I think Howard is going to sit that pocket trip, be 3 off them in 4th, mid-pack, and then make that 1 run going around there. He had trouble in the last at Gulfstream at 8.5, and then, did kind of what I just said there, 2 back at Gulfstream. We'll see if any of that Gulfstream form can transfer to Saratoga, because that always isn't the case.
I agree. Back in the Saddle is definitely a threat. Our chat is awesome, and I see a lot of comments. Let me bring up a few that I haven't. First of all, Scott says happy Sunday. What's up, Scott? So Mook B, I don't think I've seen Mook before in the chat. The Midland money, the one that we were talking about in the dirt race for Baffert, is the same ownership as the horse that he had the test Cash Call, and it's the same. He's a barn buddy for Cash Call from yesterday. Noah Maher, thanks Noah. Noah's up early. Good for you, Noah.
Yeah.
So that I guess that's why he came on the flight with Cash Call. So
yep. Now it all makes sense.
It does make sense. Absolutely. Thanks. Appreciate that information, everyone. Let's see here. Okay, just looking at the chat. Yeah, Gene and Jude's gonna have to run better to be a factor here. I put him on top on my power pick tip sheet, even though, to be honest, I think he's more of an underneath horse. This is just one of those I want to see what he can do. I'm just curious. More fascination than anything. But anyway, let's go on to the last race of the pick 5, the last race of the day, and then we'll wrap things up.
Sounds good.
You mentioned you're not a big fan. I get it. Let me take the banners off here. I get it. Not Maiden. Claiming Hard Knockers, 12.5. This is as low as they go at Saratoga. They're going 6.5 furlongs. It is a field of 11. The number 3 forward move is scratched. The number 7, Gatsby, will he be great or will he not be great? For Carlos David, that's the question. 9-5 on the morning line. Jaramillo, look at that, into ride. Very interesting there. Let me go ahead to our picks on the screen. I hope he's going to be great, and so do you. Yep. I'm going 7-5-8. You're going 7-5-4. I'd love to be creative in this spot, Chris. I just couldn't. What say you about Gatsby?
100% agree with you. You're kind of forced to look at the droppers here, which the 7 is coming from Gulfstream. Did get a work at Saratoga on the main track, I believe, and did okay, 3 of 3. Nothing too exciting there, but and then the 5, Funny Joke, is another one, taking a slight drop from 20 down from Rudy Rudd, who hasn't been having a great meet, but does get Pratt here. That can probably improve the horse a bit.
That's being nice, Chris. Rudy Rodriguez is 1 for 39.
Yes,
but he has 5 seconds, 5 thirds, and it's the toughest meet in the country this summer.
Yeah.
All due respect to Del Mar. So I mean, it's not like his horses are running badly; they're just not winning.
No.
So, Funny Joke.
The 4 Joking Way was my third pick here for Iran and Brad. Again, another one taking a slight drop, third off the bench here. Cox is pretty good at that, so one of those is there. I'm 5, 6, 7, and 9 in the pick 5 to end the sequence.
Okay, so you're going to spread a little bit here. You got the 9 also. Takes charge is smiling, or takes charge smiling.
Yeah,
takes charge smiling. For James Begg, who actually won a race earlier this week, look at this. James Begg's 2 for 2 at the meet. Mm-hmm. So when James Begg sends and Dylan, the 9 is interesting. I think I have the 9 in the mix. I do. I have the 8 in third. I have a Bold Victory. I like turnbacks. That's the main reason. Yep. I think there's some speed in here, and I respect Cantor Massey, but this horse is going to come pretty far back. I've got the 9 in the mix. I've got the 10. Also, Camp David in the mix, coming from Oaklawn for Maker. This is a look. It's 12-5, but I'll tell you what. This is not an easy race. Nothing's easy at Saratoga. I'm probably going to spread here. I don't necessarily trust Gatsby, Chris. I think there are a lot of places you could actually single in this sequence, but that's going to be up to people. I'm going to go ahead and show our tickets here in just a moment. Let me look at the comments before I do that. Let's see here. Ed Burke is here. Greetings, everyone. Sorry, Ed.
Yeah.
Got his butt kicked yesterday. Turf, harness too? Ed, you should have listened to Weekend Warriors. I gave out the winner of the Hambo. I mean, come on.
With the fastest Hambo ever run.
Absolutely. Gave out the winner, the number 6 for Anki Svanstedt. Let's go to our pick 5 tickets and wrap up this show. Let's go to Chris first. Chris has we're giving out smaller tickets here as pick fives go. Chris going 367 with 1, 2, 3, 6, with 3, 4, with 1, with 4, 5, 6, 9, $60. You're seeing that coupled entry, Chris, in leg 4.
I sure am. For reasons I mentioned before. However,
Okay.
I may be having some buyer's regret. Maybe I'll just single to 3 and add one other one in there with those coupled entries and get 3 horses instead of 2 for the price.
Okay, there is ticket one more time. I am not going to do this on my own ticket today because I usually play a little bigger ones, but for purpose of this show, I'm just going to single Louise Proctor in the first leg. And you know what? If she loses, I play the old pick 4.
There you go.
I'm going to go 3 with 1, 2, 3, 8, with 3, 4, 5, with 1, 3. So I'm not full. I'm going to use G and Jude in the pick 5. Just for S's and giggles. I probably would add that. I'm using the 6 for sure in leg 4, Chris. It's just not on this ticket. And then I'm going to go 5, 7, 8, 10. I'd probably throw in the 9 just because James Bagg is really hot right now. So I would single the 3. I like singling horses, Chris, that are not the obvious singles.
Yeah.
Even though that's more risky, but there's more equity involved there. I have no problem singling, 4 to 5 if I feel like that's the horse to single. As we wrap up the show, Chris, I do want to mention one other thing. As you see, I'm wearing my Adelphi racing hat. Adelphi's got a runner today, and they're huge sponsors of the show. So I do want to mention that. They've got a horse in race 5 that actually I do have a ownership piece of as well, as I bring it up right now. Sorry, everyone. Race 5 today at Saratoga. Cheer on the number 3, Bint Al Dandy. 5-2 morning line. Actually, not my top pick, I have to say. But I really hope she wins for Rob Falcone. Ran well last time off a long layoff. Should show some early speed and be a major factor in the race. So cheer on the number 3, Bint Al Dandy. That is in race 5 today at Saratoga. She's going to try to break her maiden for myself and Adelphi Racing. So I want to just shout out to them. Chris, we'll wrap up the show. Any final thoughts for today? Excellent card. Nice races early in the card as well.
Yeah, my only shout out would be is that we do have 2 decent stakes races at Mountaineer. You don't hear me say that very often. Race 7 is the West Virginia Governor Stakes at 1 mile and a 16th, and Hit Show is your 9 to 5 morning line choice. I do like Heroic Move here in this spot as well. And then in the West Virginia Derby, East Avenue, I think should pretty much get the lead here and just cruise around the racetrack.
He's had trouble doing that in the past, but I haven't looked at the race carefully. I know McAfee's a horse I know well because I like him in general. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate that. Race 7, the Padre is his play of the day. Del Mar, race 7. Okay, the number 6, the Padre. Easy name to remember. Thanks, Tom. I'm curious to see what Noah Maher's got in his power pick tip sheet. We thank everyone for watching. Great viewership once again. Next week's going to be a little bit different, Chris, with shows because a bunch of us are going to be out of town at Saratoga. I don't think we're going to be skipping any shows, but we're going to have a mishmash of people hosting and different times and whatnot. So, everything okay, Chris? What's that weird sound? Okay.
That's for my Roomba. It's just finished vacuuming.
Oh, okay. Check out YouTube for when the shows are going to come on. Check out emails, everyone. And then finally, again, if you're going to be in Saratoga next weekend, we'd love to meet you. We're going to have a meet and greet. Check out emails for that and a live Weekend Warrior show on Saturday from the 1863 Club and the First Turn Gazebo. That is going to be a lot of fun. For my good friend Chris Walsh, Howard Kravitz, Saratoga today for Sunday, August 3rd. Crush your bets at the spa. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
This is a big try for have it. If you have not followed his Triple H horse racing podcast, you're missing out. It's one of the best podcasts in the country.